I can make myself invisible if I choose to be. In as many different ways and in many different lifetimes as the story has been told, this by far is the greatest book that I've ever been stolen. Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Mr. Jade. I'm a book thief. I've stolen a lot of books in my time, but this one is definitely the most expensive. And I could see why. I wouldn't give it up for anything. But some book collectors, they need things to just put in their collection, have it sitting somewhere where no one can see it. Now, this particular book was targeted for termination because they didn't want to start a whole cult movement because of it. That's what I gather anyways. But every book has an introduction, and I'm just going to read through the introduction. It talks 5 points. The first point is the 12 disciples of Jesus, identified as 12 opposing members of Christ. We all know the Bible, we all know the New Testament, because most of us, we've had some church on some street corner in every block we ever lived in. We know the story of Jesus, but little is told about the 12 disciples. They all had their roles to play, but there were also 12 opposing members. So one would go one way, the other would go that way. But by the end of it, they all became friends. The subplot is that one of them is a twin. So that's the second point of view. Seeing the story of Jesus through the point of view of the one that no one even know existed. That's what makes this book so great, because it gives you that vantage point. Someone actually inside, but no one even knows exists. If you go through the New Testament, it talks about the third point in this book, which is how the Levites, they convinced Joseph that his son is the Christ and that he must hide him at all costs. So I'll probably skim through that one when I get to it, because I already know the story. It's all over the New Testament. So the fourth point is at the time of Jesus' betrayal, he had 13 disciples and 70 followers. Now they were all driven to succeed after the death of John the Baptist, their friend, who was executed in prison. So this makes it a story of vengeance. And that's the fifth point of this book. It wants to point out the vengeance that these people must feel when a family member has passed on, when a friend has passed on, when an innocent victim has passed on, when a righteous man has passed on. That's the story of John the Baptist. For many have seen John the Baptist as their prophet, and many were baptized by him. This book is so powerful that it could overthrow any government standing right now. Because how many times have any of us been through this exact same scenario? And this is a viewpoint from 12 friends and one enemy. 12 people for the cause and one that is opposing the cause. 12 Christians and one Antichrist. And this gave the birth to a whole movement that has nothing to do with politics. It has nothing to do with race, and it has nothing to do with gender. It has nothing to do with anything that is divisive. It has everything to do with, here's 12 people who are driven to succeed. Here's 70 followers, and the book actually goes by name of who these people were and their occupation, where they lived, and what their role was to play in the evolution of Christianity. My name is Jade. Subscribe, like, stick with me, because I just started reading this book. I'm just going through the introduction with you. So chapter by chapter, I want you to join me on this journey, because the Antichrist is coming soon.